And welcome back to Mate76 Gaming. My name's Morgan. This is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Just going to kick off where we left off in the last one. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, and you can also subscribe if you want to be notified of future updates. But let's jump into it. And we also should have enough to upgrade our shield.
You seem sad, Gunnar.
I am. Sven was a good friend to me over the years.
Was? What do you mean?
Oh no, Eivor. You've been away. Sorry to say. Sven passed away not 2 nights ago in his sleep.
No. How's Tovi?
Taking it hard, very hard. You ought to go and have a word with her. Far as I know, she's barely left his grave. Anyhow, you probably need something, eh?
That's not great news.
May I see your stores?
But we've got things to do. Okay, so we've actually got 4 nickel ingots. So we can upgrade the shield. And we can also upgrade one more item. Let's grab looks like this is doing the most. Actually, that needs 3 for the arrow. Won't worry about that for now.
I do good work, I must say.
Alright, so
I have to go. See you soon.
probably need more
gear
ore
to good use out there.
to be able to actually upgrade them. Okay, so we need the rune slots. Headshot damage. Why not? Now we need titanium to upgrade that one further. We've got enough to do that one. And not enough for the last one. And we also got another rune. Some resistance. Alright, up to 89. We do have to report into Randvi. Rations are full. As we successfully got East Anglia in the last one. As our allies, we need a new area.
Roland, Holger. Why all this shouting?
And a crash. Oi, 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 oi. Let's try that again. Doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to the crashes. Some days it crashes every couple of minutes. The next day, you can play for hours without a problem. So hopefully it auto-saved when we did those upgrades. And we'll be right back in where we left off. Looks like our shield's still upgraded. It's got the gold trim on it for the birds instead of the silver. At least that's a good sign. Yep, it's got the upgrade there. Let's try talking to Randvi again.
No fine millinery when you see it, Rowan. I could trade that hat.
Rowan, Holger, why all this shouting?
Randvi, I demand that this matter be settled.
Eivor, thank Tyr.
I heard shouting. Is something wrong?
Holger robbed me, and I demand he be punished.
Ha! Rot disappointed word. Does the deer rub the stream when she takes a drink? Does a cow rub a field when he crops on sweet grass?
Eivor, this matter requires sensitive judgment. Will you?
We will.
Of course. From the beginning, please.
Well now, there is no excuse too small, I see. Nothing to keep you from coveting that seat, is there?
In Sigurd's absence, who has better claim to oversee these disputes?
You might leave them to work it out for themselves, but that would mean letting go, would it not?
Please start again. Tell me all that has happened.
I will start. I have been falsely accused by this Saxon Philistine.
A filly, what? Are you mocking me?
Silence, please. I will hear both of your complaints and render a decision, awarding compensation if needed. Understood? Rowan, tell me your version of these events.
As you are aware, Holger and I are neighbors. Near enough that I often catch him at my stables, stealing my tools.
Borrowing.
Holger, let him speak.
Stealing, borrowing. My point being, I have always allowed him to use whatever he pleased. I greatly admire your Norse generosity and had hoped to match it. But this morning, Holger stretched the limits of my grace. Entering my stables for their feed, I found my most beautiful, gentle mare stripped of her tail. Bereft, not a strand in sight. I am ashamed to say my natural suspicion drew me to Holger, and how right I was. For when I peered across the lane, there he was, gripping a horsetail brush slathered with indigo, dragging it across a sheet of
Painting, Rowan. I was painting. You make it sound so crude.
You see? Such willful arrogance. It will take ages for Ilgifu's tail to reach its former length. I demand compensation.
I understand. Thank you, Rowan.
Seems like he's got a good case.
Holger, let me hear your side.
Eivor, you have known me as a skald for years. You have seen how my poems bring life and joy and wisdom to our people. And you know that my work requires a certain, let us say, freedom. To make use of rare resources to compose my verses. Often when lacking the proper tools, I have made use of novel items. Alvis's walking stick, Tovi's inks, all were given gladly.
You cut off my horse's tail to make a brush, you bleed.
Rowan?
As I was saying, this morning in the throes of poetic reverie, I realized that my latest piece required delicate brushwork. I could have used a frayed stick, some cloth, my hands, but no. I needed something gentler, softer. To make a perfect brush, I needed the fine hairs of a well-raised horse. And so I availed myself of a local resource.
You clipped Alfgafur's tail to the rump without asking.
It was early. I did not wish to wake you.
Thank you, Holger. I believe I
Seems a little
understand your
excessive.
position.
Can't take the whole tail
I believe I have heard
to
enough.
make a brush.
If you will,
My horse looks like a fool, Eivor. No handsomer than a donkey now. You must do something.
Do not conflate hair with beauty, Rowan. She remains radiant. Elgifer's hair will grow back in no time.
quiet, both of you. Now listen. Holger, Rowan is clearly in the right. You sheared the tail from his horse without gaining permission.
I borrowed the tail. Borrowed! Does the reality of regrowth not make this a victimless crime?
It is a two-victim crime, Holger. Though they are unharmed, you took without asking, and that will not do. As the horse's value has diminished significantly, you will pay Rowan its market price.
But the horse was not for sale. Rowan, admit it.
My decision is final, Holger. Pay what you owe, and meet tomorrow as friends.
And if I do, may I keep the horse?
Pay the man and be done with it. Rowan, does this satisfy you?
It does. Thank you, Eivor.
Good. Then by Tyr's blessing, let this matter rest. We're done here. Return to your homes in peace.
Would you allow me to pay you with a vibrant painting? After all, in some ways you helped in its creation.
All right. It's becoming increasingly difficult to look across the alliance table at Eivor and not think of what could be. I tell myself it is only Sigurd's absence, but the lie grows thinner, weaker by the day. Probably not stuff you should be writing down, Randvi. Keep it in your head. Thank you from Chalbert. I wish to thank you and Eivor for the rest, and the rest of the settlement for the great kindness you have shown me and the things you have all taught me. Though I may have felt a nuisance at times, the days I spent with all of you were joyous and educational. Though I go now to do the work that I am meant for, I know that I will return to this place and its people one day, and I look forward to that. Take care until we meet again.
Oh, hello, Eivor. Good day. That Holger, he is quite a character.
I almost envy him. To see the world through such a muddy glass and live with such petty concerns. He hasn't a care in the world.
Let's not walk too far with that idea. I need you right where you are.
East Anglia is with us. Their King Oswald has pledged his loyalty to us.
Eivor Kingmaker, we shall call you soon.
And another raven on the board.
Some interesting news. King Ceolwulf has sent Ceolbert to Shropshire. He hopes to install him as Elderman there.
Good for Ceolbert. He should do well considering all he has learned from you.
I gave him only a taste of my knowledge. The rest he will need to figure for himself. One more thing. I do not know if you heard, but Sven passed away a short time ago. The poor man slipped away in his bed.
Yes, I'd heard. The poor man. I wish I could have spent more time with him before the end.
I think we all wish that. Tovi most of all.
Right, our renown has increased. Not sure where we're going next. Rowan wants more salt for the horses. Tekla says Holger too loud in the mornings. Speak to Petra about grouse. Yan Li preparing fish for a feast next week. Octavian's requesting wine. Elvis teaching children insults. Merton made very good fish pie. Request the recipe. Suppose we've got to go and find Tove.
You are a good boy.
He's talking to the wolf. Where are we actually headed? So let's go back to saving often if it's going to crash. I do like the Guardians because they've got the flames beside them, so they give you a little bit of extra light, which the well doesn't do. If we get some more money, we might buy some more cosmetics, but no rush.
Without your hand.
Tovi,
Eivor, it's Sven. He passed while I was away.
Tovi, I'm sorry I wasn't there.
No one was. We had planned to brand Tekla's barrels that morning, and we talked about what we might have for supper. And when I went to collect him, he was in his bed, sleeping, I thought. But he was already gone.
I'm sure he went in peace.
But he went with plans. Things he wanted to do, things he meant to do. His death was so empty. Not like in our stories. When we tell stories, the old and wise, they have this calm about them. They know when their end has come and they're ready. Sven wasn't ready. And I wasn't ready either. He was supposed to teach me things. I'm still learning. Everyone looks at me like I will simply carry on his work. As if nothing happened. Because they don't know. They don't know I'm not ready.
Life may ask more of us than we are prepared to give. But all we can do is our best. I was not prepared to lose my parents. But in a flash, they were taken from me. I pressed on, determined to live.
That must have been punishing. But you are so strong, and so determined.
Someone else might have done better than me. Or worse. But this was the fate woven for me, so I live it. I know Sven believed in you, in your craft. So do you believe in him? Do you trust him?
He was the most skilled artist I have ever known.
And he chose you. You may step up or step down, whatever you decide. But know that he had faith in you.
Thank you, Eivor. I need to get home.
Be strong, Tovi. And know you are valued.
Might as well speak to him while we're here. So
I am sorry
that
I was
does.
not here to see you off, old friend.
alrighty. A few more skills. Light shield. we got up here? Some resistance. Okie dokie. Actually, do we have any supplies to build a new... Anything for the settlement? We got supplies, we don't have raw materials. Can we get a raid going? What do we got nearby? 160, 130. So if that one's only 55. Let's do that. Titanium's a rare upgrade material found in the game's hardest territories. Okay. So no doubt we'll be branching out into harder territories when we start our next alliance.
Man your oars!
Spin it around.
Sail out!
And we are off to the races.
We can continue later.
Let's go and crack some
Make
skulls.
them bleed and take their horns. Together, master. You got your balance. Jesus, God, my blows!
Keep our guys alive. Come back for the treasure. Okay, the stuff in there we'll get later. Might be everyone, let's head inside.
Give me a hand! Remain steadfast!
Yes, he does it.
Keep at the knitting.
Oops, wrong button.
Hey, boy, could use you here.
Okay, Mercy and Captain's report. The realm of East Anglia is fraught with peril, but the war will not spill across the border into Mercia, not yet. Good luck with that.
Hey, come here a moment!
Anyone? 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 Okay, I think we're just about done up here. Now there were some people locked in another building down here.
Give me a hand with this.
The end is nigh. I am Elfwin, chosen by God to free this land from the heathens. I write to warn you, judgment is at hand. This letter is a command from God himself to join my cause, the just cause of the Lord. There are many false prophets abroad today, but they are pretenders, nothing more. Blah blah blah. Let's get this open before
Help
everyone
me
leaves.
out here! A good horn! Let's get out of here!
Rations are full. Oops. Something up high. Over here. There's this troublemaker. Alright, I think we are done. Back to the boat, people. If there's anything over here. Nope. And a good raid was had by all. Is that an artifact? Stop and check that out while we're down here. Then we can fast travel back to Randvi and get our next alliance underway. Hit the brakes.
Hush now.
Actually, let's also take a moment to save. Since we've completed the raid. Which might be just beyond those towers.
Back to one! Kill!
Yeah. What is that? 5 meters. What is the little face mask? It's not flighting. A Roman artifact. Is it underground? Yes, it will be. That's why it's 5 meters away when we're standing on top of it. And that horn is a Zealot. Let's have a look. Can't see him. No, he's over to the right. Down there. Which one's he? Here's a new one. heard the explosion. If he just goes away, we'll be laughing. Some poison. If we can keep catching his spears and throwing them back at him, that might make it a bit quicker. Because they're doing more damage than anything we've got. We can keep timing it right. May end up killing himself. We got 1, 2 more maybe. Killed at the hand of his own spears. It went a lot better than our last attempt at taking on a Zealot, but we were only level 50 then.
Now you die.
My sword is lost, floating down a creek. I shall follow till I dance again, or drown.
So we'll need to return that to the Order when we're back. Some arrows. That's the Zealot's horse. Be standing there for a while. And back to what we were doing. So we're going to need more explosives. I want to save our adrenaline if we can and not waste that, so carry the barrel down. And of course, run into the fire.
Have to repair that.
Yeah, what exactly am I meant to do with this thing? Ah. Climb up and collect it. Couldn't reach it from the ground. Okie dokie. Save again after that. And let's just fast travel back. Oh, that's us there. So I guess if we collect more of those, the guy will eventually want his museum. Well, he wants his museum now, but I guess they'll display in the museum. We can faff around with those later. What have we got? No titanium. And we should probably buy some more iron ore. Yes, the upgrades are using more ore than leather.
Yes, one more, and only because you all have such good taste.
Where's the trading post?
This one begins a long time ago at a desert oasis, far away, a place of...
Sell our trinkets while we're here.
Just in time for new stock.
Fantastic.
I would like to see what you have in stock.
Only a fool would pass this up.
Ooh, we can buy those. And we can buy those.
You should buy that.
Good stuff. So I guess that's what settlement level 4 gets you. As your settlement upgrades, you get better gear to buy.
Perfect. I'll happily take these.
Fire build-up resistance, poison damage resistance. Not sure what the weight's going to do unless it's going to make him attack slightly faster. But let's spend some coin. Get our upgrades beefed up a bit more before we go into a new region.
Use it wisely.
We don't need leather. I'll buy all 5. And
You should buy that.
look, I probably should. It's not like we can't use it. Let me just sell all this rubbish.
Always a pleasure doing business, Eivor.
Anything we've got here we can get again.
Anything you find, bring it to me.
And we'll sell one of those. Just keep one of each.
Is that everything?
That is everything.
I must take my leave. So long.
Don't be a stranger.
Thank you, Yan Li.
This one begins a long time ago at a desert oasis.
So the level upgrades also give you a lot more of these points to decorate your place. We already did this tree, didn't we? Sage tree. But we can now upgrade. The axe is fully up as far as we can go until we get some gold. Ooh, 5 titanium again, 3 there. Now we have to do the other ones at the forge. It's just down the hill, not too bad, not too far away. We'll grab arrows while we're there.
What have you got for me today?
It's going to cost 1, that's going to cost 1. It's going to cost 1, or we can upgrade the bow. At least now we know we can buy it. We'll do his armor first. Because if each one gets an extra rune slot, that might come in handy. And once we've got some silver, we can buy the 3 at the shops for the arrow upgrade. And that's all we can do. It's a shame we can't sell the ingots that we've got.
For you?
I will see you later, friend.
Be well, my friend.
125, yep. We're going to be out of titanium again. Ooh, not enough materials. Alrighty. So we need more ore and leather. Ah, it tells us there. That's handy. Either way, we can throw some runes down. So just use them all. Oops. Okie dokie. So we can show his helmet or not. Maybe we can show anything. If you want him to take his gear off, have it visible or not. But actually, let's save again after upgrading, so we don't have to do that again if it dies.
Wonder and a temple to a hidden god.
And also, what's this letter in here?
Looks like I have a new letter.
Let's have a look. Ceolwulf. I pray this letter finds you well, and my son Ceolbert has written me a few times now, often in so much detail it is as though I am there. He admires you, trusts you. It warms my heart to know that he has someone to look up to. I know you'll do right by him. As for myself, I have settled nicely in this new role. My court is behind me, and I have the people's loyalty for the first time in a long time. Mercia is stable. We we don't want to go to sleep.
Hey there! How are you?
And Wolf just walking around. Okay, so we've got a pledge somewhere. So that one's 160. 160 in the south, 220. 130 is probably the next one. Might as well do them by difficulty if we can.
Word of our growing settlement has reached outside ears, so have a look around. You may see a few new faces.
Already have. Hang on.
Randvi, are you well? You seem distant.
I'm fine. Only a little tired, but well enough. Shall we look at the map?
Not until you tell me what is wrong.
Oh, I think I have. I feel somewhat trapped. In this room, in this settlement, in this life.
I cannot help you with your life just now, but I can get you out of this room. What do you say?
I don't know. There is much work to be done.
Stop. Forget about alliances and responsibility for just a few hours. We could take a ride to Grandbridge or somewhere nearby for a change of pace.
That sounds lovely. And too far to consider just now. But thank you, Eivor. Maybe another time. Now, what was it you needed?
I want to see the Alliance map.
So we're looking up here, 130. Actually, that one's only 90. London. Don't want to give us supplies. Okay, I guess we're doing...
Hytham asked that I travel to London. What do you know of it?
A wild city, one that Halfdan Ragnarsson tried to claim for himself years ago. But it resists all attempts to be held.
Hytham claims the city is overrun by a strange cult, the Order of the Ancients. He asked that I track them down and kill them. Doing so may help the honest people there, and earn us an ally in the process.
In a city so chaotic, it is worth a try. Approach by the North Gate and start asking around.
I will.
Good. I await your return.
Now we also should go and see the Order here. While we remember. And turn in whatever marker or thing we got off that Zealot that we took down.
Kingly in nature, but not in fact. A protector of holy...
Good day to you, Eivor.
Oh, nothing for him there, okay.
I have to go.
Then go in peace.
Or we need 6 before we can give them over, maybe. Fair enough. Now,
Not in fact, a protector of holy wisdom. And this protect...
we should be
Show
able
me
to
what
build
lies
something.
ahead.
So, bakery. Ooh, legendary hunts, maybe. What is that out there? Is that the museum? Don't need that. Now, is that only customizing the longship? So if it's only visual stuff, we can do without that. But if it does anything to actually help the longship, might be worth considering. Okay, so we can build 2.
Thank you for this. Whether fur, meat, or bone, we will provide only the finest.
And if you intend to go hunting, consider bringing us your kills. We will prepare the hides and heads.
Aye. I've been mounting Petra's trophies for years, and she's a discerning woman.
In all things.
I'll keep that in mind. Enjoy your new home.
Eivor, you seem to be someone with a penchant for trophies.
I do like victories, but I rarely keep a record of them.
Your weapons show the marks of great battles, and you walk with a pride that speaks to your triumphs. Am I wrong?
You are not. Why do you ask?
To bolster our trade, of course. Wallace is the finest tanner and taxidermist in all of England. If you wish the tales of your hunts to outlast you, there is no better way than making trophies of your kills. If you defeat a rare and worthy creature, bring it to us. We will display it for you.
A good idea. Keepsakes to adorn the longhouse. Thank you, Petra.
Oh, and before you go, could you spare a moment for a small favor?
Hey, there's always something with you people.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
For the past few evenings, I've heard the howling of a pack of wolves just beyond the border of our woods. Unchecked, they will ravage the wild game in this area, and once the deer are dead, they may turn to us.
You feel we should drive them off?
I would eliminate them entirely, with your permission, of course. And your help, if possible.
A good idea. I will join you now.
Good. A pack of wolves is a foolish thing to underestimate. Let's go. This way. I last saw them prowling around just up the hill.
You lead. I'll follow.
Our settlement is in quite a nice spot. Beautiful terrain, and the animals here are healthy and populous. But wolves are a worry. It may be why the Ragnarsons moved on. Humans upset the balance of nature, and nature pushed back.
By attacking us?
A wolf will do whatever it takes. They were displaced. Now they come to our door. Come this way.
Alright, let's go get
Look
some
here.
wolves.
Breadcrumbs and crusts. They must have stolen something from Tarbin's store, or off a table somewhere.
You saw breadcrumbs from where you stood.
They stand out clearly from the soil and grass. See there? Come, this way. Ah, smell that? That's a male wolf, marking his territory, warding off the competition.
How do you know it's a male?
A different odor. You pick it up.
How did you come to be such a skilled tracker?
My family were hunters and trackers. From further east than you've ever seen, I imagine. But I've lived in England for most of my life. This is where we found Wallace.
You two are siblings, as Sigurd and I are siblings. Bound by honor, not blood.
Yes. To hear my mother tell it, we came upon Wallace abandoned. A babe in the woods. We took him in.
Some blood.
The wolves made a kill here. They're in the area. Those trails. They must have dragged the poor beast away. We're getting closer. Ah, see those teeth marks on the carcass? They're different.
This is the pack's doing, not just one.
That's right. Let's go on.
So your family found Wallace in the woods?
We were traveling through the forest when I spotted a white elk ahead of us. I chased it, hoping to take it down. I lost it as I came to a clearing. And there on the ground was a wee babe, our little Wallace, swaddled and alone. Ah, look at that. The pattern on the grass. They slept here.
I'm impressed, Petra. You have a raw skill.
You have seen nothing just yet.
So you saw a white elk. And that led you to Wallace.
That's right. It felt fated. We took him in and nursed him back to health. I was scarcely more than a toddler myself then. And from that day forward, we were raised as brother and sister. These kills are fresh. They're likely near enough to hear us. Probably fled the scene not long ago.
Well, let's find them.
Help! I think we found our wolves.
You there! Get to cover! Eivor, let's go.
I'm at your side.
Careful, they're aggressive!
They're wolves. Good eye, some more leather.
That should be all of them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, both of you.
We got some more up here. Just wait a second, Mr. Farmer.
Are you all right? Were those your sheep?
They were. God take them. They were all I had in the world. Poor blighters never stood a chance. I lost my cows some months back. Now the sheep are gone. Frowning Jesus, what sort of farmer am I?
I'm sorry for your loss. With the wolves gone, you can recover in peace.
Not without the blessings of God I won't, but I shall try.
You have your life, farmer. With that alone, you can always rebuild.
Ava, hold. I hear something.
What? I don't hear. Oh, goodness gracious me! Felix! Rosemary! My beauties! You're alive! Come here, my precious angels!
Well, that worked out.
This is grand, Eivor. You hunt almost as well as you fight.
Give me a few weeks, I'll learn to track as well as you. Or better.
I would be happy to be so humble.
This was a joy, Petra. Do not hesitate to call on me the next time you spot any errant beasts.
You were the first on my list, Eivor. See you soon.
Alrighty. So I'm guessing I shouldn't kill those cows for the leather. Oh, the cows, sheep rather. So we can still build one more building, so we'll go and do that. Then we'll have a look, heading off to London. Was the museum that we won't be building. What was this one? A place for art and arguments? No, thank you. Not going to build him a house just after he lopped the tail off that horse.
Have a look, Sunan.
So that's the feast buff. Wood shop. Helps fortify the settlement. Grain farm. Some chickens. If they do love their meat, let's throw down a brewery. Keep their spirits up at least, if nothing else. Excuse me. Okay, so start a feast by ringing the longhouse bell to get a timed buff. Interesting. So I guess the more feast buffs you've got from these ones, the better your buff will be. And a cauldron, take last year's barley that's grown some colourful friends, roasted over low fire until the stink is replaced with the smell of burnt syrup. Take equal parts new wheat, soak it in clear ice water for 2 days and add to the cauldron with enough water to fill to the top. Boil over a hot fire for a morning, strain into a tub and reboil the grains once more. Add to a cooled broth 5 apples, a bush of lavender, 1 medium plant of sage and a fist-sized ball of pine tar. Cover your tub and forget about your brew for 20 nights. Store in a barrel, keep for cold eves that need a bit of warming. Alrighty. Pending deliveries. Stone slab to the woman who owns the farm just southeast of Lincolnshire Southern Bridge. Jar of rosewater mead. The Hamir hut feeds the mountain. Oh, okay, so that's... I guess we can just deliver those if we're so inclined. Pick them up and carry them. However, at the moment we are not so inclined. Let's see where we're going. London. Travel to London. We're going to be quicker to fast travel there and just run across. Oil jars can be shot or thrown to create an explosion, one powerful enough to destroy weak walls. Recommended power is 160 here, so we won't dilly-dally. And we're headed over there.
All we want is to share our music with the world.
Sure.
Oh no, won't be able to. I was just thinking about sneaking in and stealing those barrels for the resources, but we won't be able to do it because they require his raiding party with a second person to open the crates. Which I guess is why they've done it, so they require 2 people to open the crates. So you actually have to kick off the raid and not just sneak in and grab it. Let's go for a swim, horsey. Some spear fishing.
Go!
City of War. What did you hear, horsey? It's getting a bit tight and twisty.
This area is off limits.
Hush.
Stay sharp. Shoot the rat down! Slithering away. Your time has run out!
I don't think they're going to come into the water to find him. Let's not dilly-dally with them. Let's get to our tower so we can synchronize and get a fast travel point. Oh, we got another gear piece there too. And another one over there. Good times. Okay.
I shouldn't be seen here. A hood should work.
That walking speed is so slow. Keeps flashy after the upgrade. Londinian Amphitheatre, okay. London was a tiny little area on that map, but looks like they got a lot packed in here. Not a lot of open spaces. Nothing to see, people. Some traders over here. Nothing to see here, people. Move along. Ah, it was the snake that saw us.
The guards here are vigilant.
Okay. Quite a few guards. We drop down the other side. There are a lot of them. So much for quiet. Jeez, mistiming those throwbacks.
Try the offside here.
Is the last archer coming over or not? As much as I am loath to use the bathhouse for such noxious things, we need to hide these gifts for Trigger's men somewhere. So I'm hearing there's gifts down here. Ooh. Gifts and a kitty cat. Another ingot. And some titanium, which is good. Okay. There's our archer. Come on, get the timing right.
Something is not right.
Okay, it's not deep enough to dive into, so...
What do you see, Sunan?
I think that's all that's actually in this little complex. Okay. What's that one want? 3, so we still need leather and ore before we can do anything. Can't upgrade just yet. Let's head to where we're meant to be. Stables, we've got dice, a couple of shops, some papers. Okay, there's another key over there. Haven't tried luring a drunk yet. Well, let's blend in. And I think we'll leave this one here, and we'll come back in the next video, and we'll start our missions in London. Yeah, we'll pick it up from there. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and you can also subscribe if you want to be notified of any further uploads or when a live stream starts, and hit the little bell for the notifications. Anyway, that's where we'll wrap this one. Thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time for some more Assassin's Creed Valhalla. See ya.